You see, I don't really have any friends at the moment, and to be completely honest with you, I'm not interested at all. My entire generation is a bunch of mouth breathers. Bottom line is I have nothing in common with the people out there, and they have nothing in common with me.
Maybe nobody likes you.
You're a dick.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. One of the biggest mistakes that people make when they're debating is you cannot be explaining. If you're explaining against the attacks of your enemies, you're losing. You need to be the one on attack. You need to be the one setting the narrative. And so when someone like AOC, who's constantly called crazy, gets on stage and explains that, no, I'm not crazy, and screams it into the microphone in his strange accent with a bunch of strange people sitting behind her, it doesn't actually work as an argument.
Such as this, we are not the crazy ones, New York City.
Yeah, dude, you are the crazy ones. Like, we
are not the outlandish ones, New York City.
Oh.
They want us to think we are crazy. We are sane.
I'm not racist. I have a block friend. It's like this is the AOC version of that. She is insane. I mean, insane people by nature, like, don't know who they are. They have no grounding. They have no sense of self. AOC, this is obviously perfectly displayed in multiple things. She's just having a knockdown drag out where she just got destroyed by Riley Gaines. But let me give you a very quick example of this. People who are so insecure that they use different accents. This is actually how you find insane people talking to themselves in different strange ways.
Bartender.
Here's Black AOC.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with working retail, folding clothes for other people to buy. There is nothing wrong with preparing the food that your neighbors will eat.
Food. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Here's like overly medicated Latina AOC.
Abuse. Of course he's lying and abusing and manipulating the stock market too.
Here's like AOC using 7 different accents in one 20-second clip.
Was built by the Irish escaping famine, Italians fleeing fascism, Jews escaping Holocaust, Black Americans fleeing slavery and Jim Crow, Latinos seeking a better life, Native people standing for themselves, Asian Americans coming together in Queens, in Brooklyn, in the Bronx, in Manhattan, in Staten Island, in this country, in a vision.
Notice how she doesn't say anything about white people. You know what I mean? Right. That's funny. Yeah. Okay. Got it. It's amazing how she also says that Latinos looking for a better life from what? From communism. You dumbass. From communism. That's what they're like. They were fleeing your policies. That's what Latinos were looking for. Riley Gaines challenges AOC to debate after social media spat. I'll play the Riley Gaines clip here in just a second, but the back and forth on X is just needs to be put in the Smithsonian. We're being destroyed from within, says Riley Gaines, as she posts a photo. Bernie Sanders and Zorhan Mandami and AOC. AOC, of course, doing the Nazi salute there. But she can get away. I guess she can get away with it. I don't know. Like, but African American Elon Musk can't. AOC says, maybe if you channeled all this anger into swimming faster, you wouldn't have come in 5th. Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. Doing views, though. Look at this, 37 million views. Wow. It's always we support women's rights until the woman who wants the right to compete and undress free from less than mediocre men. Keep your mentally ill men out of our sports locker rooms and prisons, etc. This is gonna cook, but it actually gets worse. Oh, it gets much worse. Riley Gaines challenges AOC to debate. I'll play this clip in just a second. And I would like to challenge this person to get a real job, says AOC. Oof. Once again, this did 11 million views, 11,000 reposts, 152,000 likes. this is comical, given that it's coming from someone whose own party shut down the government and left you technically jobless. So I guess I'll take that as a no, which is expected when your position is indefensible on every issue. But it gets worse. It gets much worse. It always gets worse, right? But here is the clapback of all time that I think will actually send AOC packing, because there is really no retort to this. I do have a real job. I'm a mom, and it's the most important and rewarding job in the world. And I think that if you had a baby girl like I do, you'd understand my positions a little better. Oof. You know, in chick world, this is the coup de grace. This is the end, right? This is you're not gonna win this one, AOC. Time to back off. Time to back off. What an absolute savage takedown. AOC, who's been in a situationship that she's lied about in Congress with her eunuch boyfriend, lumbering weirdo, who like is constantly cucked in the back of like her Instagram lives and stuff. Creepy dude. Anyway, like AOC is getting up there, right? She's in her mid to late 30s, and she ain't no spring chicken anymore. She's got no kids. I don't think she's even married, actually. Again, she has a situationship that's been going on for 20 years, and left-wing men, no testosterone, no ability to lock it up. And this is what Democrats think of mothers. The irony here is that you're all about women's rights while tearing down another woman. Here we are. Are you kidding me? Being a mother to a child is not a real job. What is wrong with you? Dude, the childless cat ladies line from J.D. Vance coming in strong here. Being a mother is an infinitely more important job than spending your entire career suckling the taxpayers' teats. Yes. This is wild, dude. When did you become a Nazi? This is a legendary crash out. Oh, man. Leaving the motherhood angle open, the only challenge here, AOC, is you mentally. You don't have a real job. It's wild. AOC saying, because I work in government, I have a real job. Because I like represent this failing and collapsing district in New York, which is a nightmare, by the way. Like I'm better than this mother. She's a mother. Are you saying that that's not a real job because your job is embezzling from your donors and exploiting ethical loopholes via your boyfriend? House Ethics Committee slammed AOC manipulation of rules to shield spouses' financial affairs from the public. Yeah, that's right. If our Congress had any balls, they would actually have subjected AOC for prosecution because she literally broke the law in many ways and on many occasions with the way that she does her reporting. She just had a baby. 1 month later, AOC is attacking her online. That's today's feminism. That is exactly right. Get a real job, girl. You went from shaking cocktails and shaking hands, Zohar Mamdani and Bernie Sanders, preaching about freedom is not being for sale. At the same time, taxpayers foot the bill for your Uber rides to every protest. Riley Gaines earned her success. She trained and competed. You turned Congress into an influencer brand deal. You tweet like a TikToker, legislate like a background extra, and somehow you think that's a real job. You're not fighting for women, not for U.S. citizens, your own constituency. You're just funding retweets. It just doesn't work. In conclusion, obviously, Donald Trump is calling for AOC calling AOC the dumbest person in Congress and demanding that she run for president with Jasmine Crockett. Here's the Riley Gaines debate clip. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think. Historic crash out indeed. Boy, Benny, see ya.
Riley, you criticized AOC, Mamdani, and Sanders, kind of the socialist triplets, on X last night, writing that we are being destroyed from within. And AOC actually responded to your tweet, maybe we'll put it up on the screen, writing that maybe if you channeled all this anger into swimming faster, you wouldn't have come in fifth. Wow. Riley, I responded to that saying, wait, what Division I sport did AOC play? Was that mixology varsity letter she got? I'm not sure what she did in sports, but your reaction to her petty tweet.
Look, her position is morally bankrupt and it's politically foolish. For clarity, Laura, yes, I finished 5th in the nation at the Division I National Championships, tying with a 6'4" man who ranked 462nd in the men's division the year prior. It was like a South Park episode, but real life. And whose side does AOC and the rest of the Democratic Party take? They take the 6'4" man who flashed his junk at women in the locker room. That's whose side they take. They cannot help themselves but be on the wrong side of every 80-20 issue, whether it's border, whether it's crime, whether it's castrating children, whether it's parental rights, whether it's men and women's sports. So here is what I will say. I want to honestly challenge AOC to a debate. She can defend socialism. I will defend capitalism. She can defend removing God. I will defend embracing a biblical worldview. She can defend child sacrifice. I will defend the sanctity of life. Any of the radical, insane democratic policies and platform that they stand for, I will debate the opposite. I'm challenging AOC to it here.
I thought you were going to challenge her to like a freestyle, 100 freestyle or something. I'm like, that's
that too.
That's an unfair fight. Or
a fair fight to her is putting a man in the pool.
Yeah, no, you could wear like 100-pound weight and challenge her to it. That would be fair, actually. Mark and